and I'm going to start a YouTube channel about comics. Now I know there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that talks about comics, but I'm going to make one anyways. Now, it's not going to be me explaining how the comic book world works, because here's the kicker. I'm a newbie to comics, that's right, but I do love them. What I do know about the Marvel and the DC universe, I just go to the internet and look it up. But last Sunday, I actually went to my local comic book store. Oh, excuse me, I had to burp. I went to my local comic book store and I just fell in love. I honestly did. Like, it was just beautiful. It was immersive. I loved it. The details behind, like, every story had details about that certain character and that certain person. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to review comic books that I read. I hope you like it. Please let me know any comics for all of you who have been, knowledgeable in this subject. Recommend me some good comics. Please, I would love to read them. The one comic book, when I went to the, the comic book store, I bought $34 worth of comics. And that may not seem like a lot, but it is a lot to me. Now, at the same time, a comic book is not worth that. It's not that expensive. Over here in my comic book shop, one comic is I think about $4, which it's really not that big a deal. But they do sell these booklets that tell a story of comic through comics. It's like 5 chapters of comics put into one, and I have one of these with me. This one cost me $25, but it was worth it, and I love it. You wanna know why? Because it's based on my favorite character, the Incredible Hulk. And you know which one that was? World War Hulk. Oh my gosh, this comic book right here, it was beautiful. It is beautiful. Like, it just when it, like, basically, this is when Hulk gets at his maddest. This is it. Like, this is like before the generations in the past, Hulk has never gotten this angry. I don't know about future references right now. I got some other comic books right now that talks about the new Hulk, Amadeus Cho. I'll get into that in another video. But for right now, I want to focus on this one. This is a beautiful read. I've seen this comic on the internet, but I kind of wanted to, like, experience it myself. So I bought the comic, $25. I don't regret it at all. It was a beautiful read. Now, I'm going to go over what I think about it. First of all, I'm not going to give out all the details to this comic, because, if you really want to enjoy it, you should go buy it. I'm pretty sure, wherever you live has a local comic book store, and if not, get it on Amazon. Anyways, something that really struck me is, this was after, what's it called? This was after Hulk left, Planet Hulk. If you don't know about that, I think I'll make a video of it. I'm gonna go back to my comic book store this week and see if they have Planet Hulk. I'll read over it, because I watched the movie of it back in 2008 or 2009 that came out. I loved it too. But I'm gonna go get the comic to be as accurate as possible. Now, this is when he comes back to the world that he was from. And man, is he pissed. The reason for that being is because in the planet that he was sent to by the Illuminati Marvel Universe, yes, that exists. You should, people who are watching this video, you're probably, we already know that. Why are you telling us that? Because of the same reason that, somebody might stumble upon my video and it's like, I don't know what this is. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I welcome new people. Let me tell you right off the bat, I don't know that much myself. I'm not as informed as, the seniors who actually grew up with the, not just the Hulk comics, but Marvel comics and DC comics altogether. So the seniors that are in, the ones that are knowledgeable in this, please, please, please recommend me a comic. I would love to read it, because no matter what it is, I don't care if it's Captain America, I don't care if there's a Black Widow one, I don't care if it's DC. I like DC, some of the characters, but yeah, the classic Superman. I've never bought a comic, or actually read a comic online of Superman, or Batman, or Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. I feel like I might like Green Lantern. I know a lot of people don't like Green Lantern because of certain movies, but I'm even without knowing like Green Lantern's power, they really water it down. Okay, the Green Lantern, I'm pretty sure his power is much more powerful than that. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, let's get back to the World War Hulk thing. Now, the World War Hulk, it takes place, well, when I was reading it, this is what I'm getting from it. He comes back with a very, very strong anger. And as he was passing the moon, he saw Black Bolt. Now, I don't know anything about Black Bolt, but the way it's going on the story of the World War Hulk, it seems to me that Black Bolt at that time was the only one who was able to, like, go toe-to-toe with the Hulk. Because his powers, for whatever reason, is every time he opens his mouth. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, please. And the description, not description, what I'm talking, in the comment section below. But every time he opens his mouth, he resonates like a sonic wave that is immensely powerful. Like when Hulk went to the moon, he said, I think it was his wife, Black Bolt, said that just by a simple whisper, he can break apart chunks of the moon that are as big as states in the United States. And when he opened his mouth and he hit Hulk with a full blast, Hulk went flying into the surface of the moon deep. But the really cool part about that, when I was reading, is when Hulk got up, he grabbed the king by the head, and he said the most epic thing I've ever heard a comic book character ever said. He said to him, "I didn't come here to hear you whisper. I came here to hear you scream." And I was like, oh, it's gonna get real. Oh, like, I'm sorry. I know it doesn't seem that epic. I know I don't have any music in the background, but you gotta understand, this is power. This is when Hulk is his absolute maddest. Now Bruce Banner, he was always trying to control the Hulk. He was trying to, maintain it and everything. But he was just so upset at what happened to Sakaar. Sakaar is the planet Hulk where he was from. Basically, the spaceship that the Illuminati from Marvel Universe sent him in, it blew up and also killed not only his wife but his soon-to-be-born child. And you can imagine any father would be pissed at that. Imagine the Hulk. I mean, and when he said that to Black Bolt, I was like, dude, this is gonna get real. So when he said that, I'm gonna skip good couple of chapters, because there's just so much in here. There's so much detail to draw, and there's so much epicness. I'm just gonna go over a couple stuff. Basically, the Hulk comes to Earth. He gives everybody in the Manhattan area 24 hours to evacuate. All the superheroes are trying to evacuate. They get some of the strongest up front first. One thing that I did like about this comic book a lot, is that Doctor Strange, I don't know how powerful Doctor Strange is either. I'm going to have to read some of those comics too. But in this comic book, Doctor Strange supposedly has the power to kill the Hulk. Because he is the Sorcerer Supreme, as we said. And he has the potential to annihilate him, to wipe him out completely with just the twitch of his fingers. And he could do that. He actually got into the Hulk's mind while the Hulk was doing battle with the United States military. He actually was able to access the point in the Hulk's brain and started speaking with Bruce Banner. He was speaking with the Hulk first, and then the Hulk, was getting really angry at him. And Doctor Strange, being himself, he was like, "You listen to me, Hulk. I am the Sorcerer Supreme. Your anger means nothing to me. With the twitch of my fingers, I could end you." And right there, and then, it was like a little, I was like, holy crap, I didn't know Doctor Strange was so powerful. And don't get me wrong, the movie was awesome. I went to go watch the movie. It was good. But, in the comics books, it just shows you that these people, these superheroes are much more powerful than, what either television shows. And it was wonderful and terrifying at the same time because he has the power to kill the Hulk. But he said that, but I'm not going to do it because I see you as my friend. Can you believe that? That's a very lovely sentiment. That Doctor Strange is not going to kill him because he sees the Hulk as a friend. That's when the Hulk started to calm down and he became into Bruce Banner inside his mind. In that moment, Bruce Banner tells Doctor Strange, what happened to him, you know, why he's doing this, and he was just, you know, sad altogether. And Doctor Strange became a physical form and put his hand on his shoulder. You know, it's like, don't worry, we're gonna work this out. And he was like, come on, get up. And then Bruce got hold his hand too, so he can get up. And Doctor Strange was like, it's okay, I got you. And as the comic book unfolds, you know, Banner was turning back into the Hulk, and he was like, yes, and I got you. And he held his hand and he broke his hands in the mental realm, but actually hurt him in the physical realm too. And it was getting serious. It got so serious. Serious. It got so serious to the point that Doctor Strange had to actually, I don't know what this demon's name is. Zoom, I think it was? Zoom? Hold on. What? Hold on. One sec. Where are you? Zoom? Yeah, Z-O-M. Zoom, I think. It's basically it's a demon that has immense powers. That was actually, you know, able to fight with the Hulk. And but the thing is, according to this comic book, it says Doctor Strange had difficulty controlling this thing. So, you know, at the end, Hulk did beat it. But now, I'm going to skip, you know, buy the comic book. It is worth it. I'm going to skip to the part where it gets really interesting. When the one super being in all of Marvel Universe could handle the Hulk fist to fist. It was the Sentry. Now the Sentry, like, I read the comic, like I said before, I read the comic online. I actually didn't read it. It was a guy, I love the guy, I don't even know who it was, but it was years ago. I think it was back in 2010, where he posted on the internet, on YouTube,